Hello friends, welcome to another episode of Stock Market Daily Update. I'm Aditya from Mostly Bearish. As you guys know, this live stream is going to be segregated into three parts. The first one is where we discuss about the Telegram updates that I've provided so that you get a visual understanding about the stocks that I chose. The second, Nifty and Bank Nifty analysis for tomorrow. The main intention behind this is looking at the levels so that we get a better understanding based on tomorrow's opening what may actually happen. And it makes our trading also easier. The third is your stocks. If you have any stocks that you'd like me to look at, make sure you leave it in the chat box so that we can see a short-term view on the stocks as well. So let's get started. For those of you who are new, my Telegram link is given in the description where I provide live updates every day. So feel free to join that as well. And don't forget to subscribe because this whole channel is mainly about stock market. Let's get started. First of all, today I only looked at JUSTDIAL in equity stocks. I had given an update before the market opened also. I'm expecting either there might be a big downside in JUSTDIAL or a big upside in JUSTDIAL. So as and when the market opened itself, there was a little bit gap up and the price started moving up. That was the first trade I had initiated somewhere around here at the second minute when the prices started moving. And as and when the prices started moving up somewhere around these levels, I had exited mainly because I expected some kind of a retracement and then some upside. Well, there was more upside initially and then it got retraced. The second trade that I initiated was in this region mainly because I saw some kind of a fall here and I expected from here there might be some downside. And when this rejection candle occurred, I had initiated a short position here where my stop losses would have been anywhere above this. When the prices started moving down, somewhere around here, I exited. The reason behind this exit also was provided on the Telegram channel. The reason was that even yesterday, there was some kind of a fall and from there, JUSTDIAL again went back up. Let me show it to you guys. Now, this is yesterday's chart. If you see, there was some kind of a fall here also and then it went back up, some kind of fall here also and then it went back up. So I did not want to risk that mainly because they say history repeats itself. Yes, that is what exactly happened. From there, I expected that this false breakout got sold into, but then the second one, there was a breakout where I expected, okay fine, this might be again a false breakout. But as and when the prices did go up, I updated that, yeah, this is an actual breakout. Now, from here, this price started moving upwards. There was a small trade taken here for hardly 1 point. Let's not discuss that as of now. But I want to talk about a loss that I made before that. Now, if you see at this region, the price started moving up quite a bit. Now, the high created here was 698.7. I had placed my order at 699. What my expectation was that if 699 happens, there are high chances that the stock is going to go hit the 10% at 705.15. Well, 600, if you see the highs created here, 699.95 did happen and my order did get executed at 699. And from there, the price started coming down. When it was hovering over 698 levels, I was skeptical and I actually wanted to get out of the trade mainly because I saw some kind of a resistance or reluctance in price going up. Now, I also updated that the main update also given was that there might be a dump at the higher levels. Now, if you see here at 697.5, I pressed a market order to exit my position which I had bought at 699. It got executed at 697.1 levels where I exited, and from there the prices started moving down. Now, this kind of a move usually happens when there is a market order placed. So remember this, whenever you see a big drastic move where execution is continuously happening, that is where a market order is being placed, and I updated that there will be a dump. There are high chances that there will be a dump in this. And this is out of experience because I've seen stocks reacting like this. And when I see the whole order book itself, how orders were being placed and how the prices were moving, I realized that there is a market order being placed here. Now, somewhere around here, this is the level where this was a rejection here. That is where I entered. If the price did go above this, I would have exited. And when the prices started moving lower, somewhere around here, I had pressed a market order of buyback, but which got executed somewhere around here. This was a great move that I got, which recovered my previous loss as well, because this was hardly a 2-point loss, and this was a great downside move. This was a main update. Well, now let's take a look at Nifty also, what happened today. And I kept giving updates about Nifty. If you see, Nifty was in a range, but creating higher high every time. It did go down. This was the stop lower level. Now, if you draw a trend line like this, if you draw a support line like this and a resistance line like this here, you'll be able to see that it was in a range, right? But it kept creating a higher high and a higher low. Now, this shows the power that Nifty had. It did not move violently, but slowly. Now, let's get into the second segment where we analyze Nifty and Bank Nifty, look at the different levels, and let me try to give it a more clarity, more clear understanding and more clear analysis on this as well. So first of all, let's see what happened on day chart. Yesterday's downside move on Nifty has been half bought into. Yes, it did not clear the highs, but yeah, it looks strong as of now. 11,700 looks like a great support as of now. Let's look at the half an hour chart. Now, yesterday I specified that the level that I am looking at is somewhere around here. Now, when the price opened, it did test that. It spent some time. This break itself gave a news that it is going to go higher. The second test was somewhere around here. Now, if you see at these levels here, now the tops of the 2 trading session, this is probably Friday's trading session. The level, the higher level, that's where it has taken resistance for now. Now let's see the different aspects of this. There is somewhat a V-shaped recovery. If tomorrow there is a resistance taken at somewhere around these levels or these levels, we can expect a little bit downside where we can expect the prices to be in this range. So this is the 2-level range that I'm looking at. If it gets broken, this is another range, but there I don't expect extremely violent move for tomorrow, mainly because last 2 days have been a quite aggressive move. But I want to tell you guys that there is a great support at this range here and a great resistance at this range here. This is a wider perspective that I'm providing. The stock, Nifty can move anywhere in between this, definitely. But in short term, the levels which I'm going to be looking out for is this. Does it reach there and start reversing from there, or it sustains there and breaks out to test a higher level here? This is a short term. If there is aggressiveness, probably we might see more upside as well. Now let's take a look at Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty comparatively 2.88%. Yesterday's down move is completely absorbed into, and we have seen a great green candle. Now yes, on day chart, the 24,800 still holds as a resistance level. If broken, there are chances on Bank Nifty that it can be broken, mainly because it has done that before. But in Nifty, we have always seen that the highs have been respected all the time. We haven't seen a new high created, but in Bank Nifty there was at one point. So we need to look at that as well. And let's get into the 30-minute chart. Now this is more than a V-shaped recovery, right? Yesterday there was a fall and it is covered almost all of this region. All of this region has been covered and it's gone top. Now this for now is the resistance. Now mainly on tomorrow's opening and tomorrow's first half an hour candle, we might get some kind of a input about how Bank Nifty will move. If there is a good green candle like this, I'm drawing it for understanding purposes, something like this, probably we might see a break of 24,800. Now the closing has to be about 24,800. That is very important. Now on the downside, if there is any gap down, this is the first test. It's a smaller. I'm taking, see, this should happen in the first 2 candles of half an hour itself. If it is seeing any kind of a downside, if that is sustained and broken also, probably 24,300. Now the 24,300 is a little extreme, but is possible as well if the highs are not broken. If 24,800 on closing basis is not done, possibility we might see this as well. But this one, yeah, this is a range that I'm going to be looking at, and mostly option scalping is something which I will look at on a smaller time frame and a smaller movement itself. So I hope you guys have got a understanding of how I look at Nifty and Bank Nifty and try to analyze the different types of moves or levels. Now these are not defined, right? Because markets move how they want to. We need to follow the market, but getting a clear perspective or different scenarios can help us understand if any of the scenario that we were looking at, if it is going in that direction, it's just going to give us confidence. Now, if you have any stocks, you can leave it in the chat box so that I can look into it. Kotak Bank. Okay, Vijay. Now, okay, Kotak was another stock that I was looking at today, as you guys know. Now, Kotak was another stock that I was looking at, right? Now, Kotak was strong mainly because of the news and the earnings itself. Now, for today, when I spoke about the trade itself, I told that if these highs are cleared, it will hit the upper circuit, which was pretty close. It was hardly 4 to 5 points away, right? Now that we don't even call it a trade, mainly because the sizing of the pricing is higher. Now, when the price in the first 2 candles of half an hour has given over 7%, yes, it is pretty strong. And when it stayed here, and from there where the prices did start moving up, that is when I also updated that if this is broken, usually when a upper circuit is broken, right, you can see a good up move in the stock. Now, always remember that the lows have been, now this whole area, let me draw it clearly for you. This area has been respected. The price did not move below this. It did come into this. Now, if we draw a specific line or something, somewhere around here, the closing was always above that line, right? Now, it is still going up and then the lower low is happening. That shows that for a day trader, this is a great sign that, yeah, the stock has a potential to do a more upside, which it did during the day as well. If you see this, again a higher low, higher high, again a higher low and a higher high. Now this is what you need to look at in Kotak to understand today's analysis. Well, I hope that answers the question. And if you want to see some kind of a upside to this, now probably, yeah, Bank Nifty got most of the strength from Kotak itself. Now this is a great up move. This is almost 12% up move, right? Yes, probably there might be some more up move tomorrow, but I don't think it is going to be similar to today's, for sure. Now, okay, fine, I can't be for sure also, mainly because it is the market, right? There might be some kind of up move, but there might be profit booking, mainly because these levels haven't been seen for quite a while. People who have been holding Kotak from lower levels probably might see some kind of profit booking, and even short sellers might be active on the top levels. I hope this answers your question. Anyway, so let's see what happens tomorrow. Keep your capital safe and make sure when you do your own analysis, make sure you make key pointers when you make a mistake. This is going to give you an understanding in long-term basis. And if you want more content on stock market, don't forget to subscribe to Mostly Bearish. And thank you so much for watching.